Imagine walking into the holiest place on earth, a masterpiece of marble, gold, and silence, and instead of angelic choirs, you hear someone unzipping their pants. Yep, welcome to the Vatican's weirdest morning ever. On a sunny Friday in Rome, tourists gathered inside St. Peter's Basilica, the crown jewel of Catholicism, when one man decided to make history in the worst possible way. He walked up to the altar of confession, the sacred spot where saints have prayed, where popes have preached. And without warning, he dropped his pants and started urinating. Hundreds of people froze in disbelief. Imagine the gasps echoing under Michelangelo's dome. This man just turned one of the most sacred sites on earth into his personal bathroom break. Security rushed in, horrified priests screamed, and somewhere up there, angels probably said, "Nope, not today." Now, before you think this was some weird performance art, it wasn't. According to Corriere della Sera, the man looked totally unfazed, even calm, as if he was watering his houseplants. Officers sprinted toward him, but by the time they got there, he was already pulling his jeans back up, mooning the crowd like it was part of the show. And here's the crazy part. This wasn't the first time someone tried something bizarre at St. Peter's altar. Let's rewind. Earlier this year, another man jumped onto the same altar and smashed 6 candelabras like he was auditioning for WWE. He even tried ripping off the altar cloth before being tackled by Vatican security. Officials later said he had a serious mental condition. Which, fair, because nobody wakes up and thinks, you know what I'll do today? I'll body slam holy furniture. But it gets even stranger. In 2023, yet another man made it to the altar shirtless with "Save the Children of Ukraine" written across his back. He didn't break anything, but still, that's like standing up during a symphony and yelling your Wi-Fi password. Vatican guards detained him, confirmed his identity, then politely handed him over to Italian police like, "Here, you deal with him." And now, this latest liquid incident. Which brings us to the question everyone's asking. What's going on inside St. Peter's? How are people just walking up to one of the most guarded altars in the world like it's open mic night? It's not just about the act, it's about what it represents. To Catholics, that altar isn't just a table. It's the holiest place in the basilica where the body and blood of Christ are consecrated. Defiling it is more than vandalism. It's like kicking open the vault of heaven and yelling, "Surprise!" The Vatican hasn't released an official statement, but reports say word reached Pope Leo XIV, who was shocked. Honestly, can you blame him? Imagine starting your morning thinking, "Time for Holy Mass," and ending it with, "Someone just peed on the altar." Now, whether or not the man was charged is unclear, but if history tells us anything, Vatican police don't play around. The last guy who pulled a stunt like this, expelled from Italy, banned from returning, and probably on a few prayer lists. But here's where it gets deeper. Why does this keep happening? Every few months, someone tests the limits of holiness. Maybe it's rebellion, maybe it's madness, or maybe it's that irresistible human urge to do the one thing we shouldn't. It's almost symbolic. In the most sacred places, we're reminded of how flawed we are. Still, there's no symbolism that can justify what went down that day. You can question faith, you can question rule, but maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't question bathroom etiquette inside a 2,000-year-old church. One tourist later said, "It was horrifying." Another said, "I didn't know whether to cry or pray." And somewhere in the background, an officer probably muttered, "We're gonna need more holy water." So here's the takeaway from ancient miracles to modern madness. St. Peter's Basilica has seen it all. But this will go down as one of the strangest chapters in Vatican history, because sometimes the world doesn't end with thunder, lightning, or divine signs. Sometimes it ends with one man, a zipper, and a very bad idea. If this story made your jaw drop or your faith in humanity tremble, hit that like button. It's cheaper than therapy. Subscribe for more bizarre true stories that make you laugh, gasp, and occasionally say, "What is wrong with people?" And remember, when in Rome, find a restroom.